And what is going on with it, guys? All right, no intro today, none of that, man. This is kind of an impromptu live stream, as weird as it may sound. I actually have a decent amount of work to do for my for one of my jobs, but I had a lot of people out here like, hey man, where's the video? Where's the live stream? Where's the live stream? And you know what? I can't turn you guys down, man. I'll do it later tonight or tomorrow morning or something like that. So gotta make this a priority, man. Big time day today. The Jaguars trimmed the roster from 80 players down to 53. Cut a lot of different players. Definitely sucks. First, we'll get some shout outs. Duval, I see you was first. Jake, Eddie, what's up, man? Debo, Predator in the building. We got Cameron, DTWD. Robert, what's up, man? I feel bad for all of them, especially Jalen Cam. I do too. Dewey is on a roster. LFG. I know, man. I know. It happens. I can't believe we cut Johnson, man. I know. We're going to get into all that. I got to make this stream kind of short, about 30 minutes. I have actually my first members-only fantasy stream right after this. If you're a member, I will be streaming that on the members-only tab. So be on the lookout for that if you guys want to kind of stay around. But for now, man, we're going to go ahead and get into this roster. So what I'll go ahead and do, I'll share my screen with you guys. I'm going to be using Big Cat Countries list. So they kind of have on here a list of waived players and then like released players. So I got a question from Aaron Berkshire earlier, like what's the difference between a player that's waived and a player that's released? Basically, waived means that you have 5 or less years of NFL experience, and in order for you to be signed to a new team, basically you get placed on a set of waivers. So, now in these next, shout out to JL Sports for becoming a member. Thanks so much, man. I think you're already a member, but I think, sometimes our credit cards expire, so I understand. So basically, if you were waived, you get put on a list of waivers, then teams in the descending order of your record from last year will get priority to kind of get you. So second overall, like the first with this, obviously the Jaguars had the first priority, but then second priority, like if the Jets want Jalen Camp, the Jets are going to get Jalen Camp. If the Jets don't want Jalen Camp, then I believe the Texans are next. The Texans are next in line. They'll get their shot at them. So that's how that works. They kind of put in their waiver claim for them. And then release guys, these are guys with 5 or more years of NFL experience. Guys like Farrah Cooper, Philip Dorsett. It's kind of a veteran's nod. So if you're released, that basically means that you can sign anywhere under any amount of contract. These waive things, it means if a player picks up a guy that's waived, then they're also picking up the contract. It doesn't matter as much for rookie guys, but say the Jaguars cut Joe Schobert. He's going to end up on an NFL team, but the thing is, will he end up on a team under that roster? Basically what he would have to do, he'd go through the whole, this waive thing. And after 2 days passes, if no one puts a claim on him in his contract, that means that he is going to be an unrestricted free agent, meaning that he can sign under any deal he wants. So that's kind of how that works. So with all that said, let's kind of get into this more. Quarterback. Jaguars kept 2 quarterbacks, Trevor Lawrence and CJ Beathard. No real surprise to me. Keeping 2 quarterbacks, it saves a roster spot, so you can kind of leave that spot elsewhere. Now practice squads are at, I think, like 15 players or something like that. It's a pretty big practice squad. So they're going to have Jake Luton or whoever on the practice. I'd imagine it's going to be Jake Luton unless a team claims Jake Luton. Then they're going to try to sign somebody else to their practice squad. So having 2 quarterbacks, I think, is good. And I do like Jake Luton as a developmental prospect. I mean, big arm guy. He's also just big in general. He can see over guys. I think he's a good developmental prospect to maybe turn into a backup for us. And he's, almost won a couple games for us. Almost messed around and won a couple games. I know a lot of people look at that Steelers game where he threw all those picks, but I mean, he almost beat Green Bay and he almost beat the Texans. So that's interesting. Offensive line. You got the starting 5 here: Cam Robinson, Brandon Linder, and then AJ Cann's on a reserve list. So they save a roster spot, I guess, for that. So backups: Ben Barch, Walker Little, Will Richardson, Tyler Shatley. The big thing here is I'm surprised they didn't try to make room to bring on Trevor Wallace-Sims. He had a pretty good game last game. I thought there was a really good chance that he would stay on the roster, but he did not. So that's a little bit disappointed. I was kind of rooting for him. But yeah, he's not going to be around. So he's definitely 100% going to be on a practice squad. But hopefully no team puts a claim in on him. Maybe they feel comfortable and confident that nobody will. So next up, running back. They kept 3 running backs: James Robinson, Carlos Hyde, Dare Ungabawale. Which this one's surprising after Ezigbo's game last game that they did not keep Ezigbo. I would think that maybe a team might make a claim on him. I mean, he showed a lot of good stuff last game, man. He was not going down on first contact. He was showing some agility too. And with this, they also cut what's that guy? Ezigbo or Cottrell. Wait, no, it was Cottrell that was having a good game last game, right? It was Cottrell. Cottrell's the guy I was thinking about. But both of them also had a good game too. So we're going to keep 3 running backs and imagine keeping someone on a practice squad. But yeah, James Robinson and Carlos Hyde are going to get the bulk of the carries. I don't know how much we're going to see if both these guys are healthy. I don't know how much we're going to see Darren Ugabawale inside of the game. But, he's going to be back there for insurance help. Definitely going to be a game day active. Tight ends, they kept 3. They kept 3 tight ends: Chris Manhurst, James O'Shaughnessy, Luke Farrell. This is a spot where I think the Jaguars might make a roster claim. And before I get into this, I think the Jaguars probably make 5 roster claims. 5 roster claims, that would make 10% of the roster that's going to be overturned. So this is a preliminary 53-man roster until they really get their selection at a bunch of different guys. So some guys that got cut, Hollister got cut. He was one of the guys. There was another tight end, a pretty good tight end. I haven't really been scouring. Let me see. Actually, Jaguars United actually put out a really good list. Let's see. Ryan Griffin, yeah, he's another one. So Luke Wilson. So I'd imagine like Luke Farrell, I think he's a guy that they want to stash on their practice squad. So I think right now what they're doing, they're going to be like, okay, like let's protect him for now. You know what I mean? Then once all the teams make their different claims, after that, they're going to kind of put Luke Farrell over to the practice squad. That's kind of what I think is going to happen. And they're going to sign a guy with a little bit more experience. So I think, really this 53-man roster, it's also a little bit of protection when it comes to guys that they may want to stash. But because I would think maybe a guy like, who's the other guy that the Jaguars had at tight end? The Ellison guy. I would think Ellison right now is a little bit better than Luke Farrell. But Luke Farrell being a rookie, he might be a little bit more at risk of potentially being snagged by another team. So I think he's going to be a practice squad stash. Wide receiver. This is where things got super interesting. Obviously the top 3, this was no surprise with DJ Chark, Marvin Jones, Laviska Shenault. But then after that, man, Jamal Agnew's on a team. He's not really going to be a part of the offense at all. He's like specifically like kick return and punt return. And I mean, this guy is such an asset to this team that they gave him a big contract. I mean, big time contract. And he's he's such a crucial part of the team. He did not get any returns in preseason, like punt returns or kick returns. I was like, what's going on here? Urban Meyer said that he is too valuable to put at risk back there. So they think really highly of him. I mean, I'm surprised they didn't just put him back there just to, to do a couple fair catches or something like that. But I mean, obviously he's got some experience. So they think very highly of this guy, but I don't think he's going to be around really many plays. And then Tavon Austin, of all players to make it, Tavon Austin over Colin Johnson, over Cotton Jr., over Dorsett or Treadwell. It's Tavon Austin that makes it. Yeah, I think this, no doubt, they're going to claim somebody. And one guy that's actually out there available is Antonio Callaway, the guy that was like one hand catching on us. There's also this dude from the Chargers that got cut. There's going to be some options at wide receiver for us. And friend of the channel, really sucks that that Tavon Austin not Tavon Austin, but Colin Johnson got cut. But man, I mean, he's definitely I think no doubt he's going to get snagged by a team. I think he's going to get sniped. A team's going to see kind of the potential he has. They're going to see the size, and they're going to say, you know what, we can do something with this guy. But that one sucks. Like I said, friend of the channel. He came on this channel not too long ago, and it just sucks. Some other guys, Tevin Jones, he's a big fast guy. Jeff Cotton, he's definitely a practice squad guy. Jalen Camp, I mean, I don't even know if he makes a practice squad. He didn't show me anything. He didn't show me, like, during the 2 practices I went to in the preseason, he didn't show me anything. So I don't even know if they're going to put a practice squad designation on him. Josh Hammond, I mean, he's got just such limited upside. I don't know what they're gonna do with that. And yeah, I mean, and it's crazy. A lot of us were thinking, okay, we're gonna keep 7 wide receivers. We only kept 5. That is crazy. But that's I think we're gonna go out hunting for that. Safety. This was our deepest spot. Obviously, you got your starters. I mean, it's looking like these 2 guys will start week 1. Rayshon Jenkins, Andre Cisco. I love Daniel Thomas. The guy's he's just a football player, man. He goes out there and gives so much effort, loves the game, willing special teams player. Big stuff there. And Rudy Ford, he's a guy that Urban Meyer and them really love. He was another free agent guy, like really early on in free agency, but they really like him. Then Andrew Wingard, Jacksonville fans just hate him. And it's surprising that they hate him because, like, all the Jaguar fans, they love the recognizable guy that, he has a long hair. I mean, he makes a team. I mean, coaches love him. He's a special teams guy, very high effort guy. A lot of people hate him. A big reason because he's just not that great of a safety. Like, during football games, like, if he's out there as safety, he's a huge liability. But the Jaguars, with him in special teams, in an ideal world, he does not see the field. He does not see the field at safety. You know what I mean? He's strictly special teams guys. But obviously, the last couple of years, our depth has been so thin, razor thin. It was maybe one of our worst positions. Now, I mean, Rayshon Jenkins, he looked like the best free agent so far on the Jags during the preseason. I think there's going to be some guys like Roy Robertson Harris is going to start showing more during the season. And obviously, Shaquille Griffin has been struggling a little bit. But he was a big guy. And then Andre Cisco, we're all very excited about him. I mean, he's just cover guy, always around the ball, making plays. He's gonna be super exciting. And it's looking like he's coming back so well from an ACL injury. And yeah, I like this group. I'm not as much of an Andrew Wingard hater or downer or whatever you might want to call it as everybody else. So safety position, probably the deepest on the team. Cornerback. We traded Sidney Jones yesterday. We'll go through this. Shaquille Griffin, CJ Henderson, Tyson Campbell. These are your starters. Tyson Campbell, he's going to play the nickel. And, hopefully he can just locate the ball better. But, once the more reps this guy gets, the better he's going to get. It sucked that he was injured this last game because he just needs all the reps that he can get. But, there might be some times he's going to have some struggles. We're just going to have to be used to it. But I mean, he looks like a hell of a football player. Trey Herndon, he was a guy that I saw making a roster just because the coaching staff loves him. They really do. And he's going to be playing the nickel. And then Chris Claybrook at the moment is going to be the outside guy. I don't think Chris Claybrook. I mean, he's one of the guys I'm most confident will not make the roster. They're going to get some kind of cornerback to play the boundary and let Chris Claybrook go. I mean, there's not a lot I like about Chris Claybrook. I mean, he has decent speed, but he's just out there. I mean, he doesn't, as a cornerback, he's not very good. Maybe he's good at special teams. I don't know. I don't see him going around making a lot of plays back there. Then him at kick return scares me. So yeah. And thanks everyone for being here. 181 people, man. Drop your likes if you guys can. Appreciate everything. Defensive line, we got 7 defensive linemen: Malcolm Brown, Devon Hamilton, Roy Robertson Harris, Taven Bryan, Jay Tufeli, Daniel Iguale. I'm not going to try to pronounce that. Adam Gottstis. So, some of these not surprising. These guys, obviously the rookie. The surprising things is Taven Bryan. I know a lot of Jags fans don't really like him. I knew he was going to make the team. I mean, coaches look at him. I mean, he's just got huge body. I mean, he's a disruptor and everything. can he just get a little bit more football awareness? He's going into, I think this is 4th year. So, I mean, if he doesn't turn it on this year, I don't know if he ever will. And even last game, I mean, he jumps off sides and he's like looking around like crazy. I don't know, man. But coaches just love players that have all this potential. And coaches are very egotistical, so they think that they can get greatness out of him. So we'll see. I mean, we'll see. He's definitely a disruptor. Some of the guys that we cut there, let's see. Doug Costin, that surprised people when they cut Doug Costin. A lot of people kind of wanted him over Taven Bryan. Is that all we cut? We only cut one defensive tackle. Only cut one defensive lineman. That's interesting. Linebacker Josh. Okay, this is good. Josh Jones. But didn't they cut Josh Jones? Or am I thinking Josh Jones is a strong safety, right? The guy, he started a game for us last year. I don't know. Maybe it's a different Jones. But yeah, Dylan Moses, he was an unrestricted free agent in a draft. So hopefully they IR him this year. Then maybe he comes back next year. Maybe he's our starting Mike next year. Who knows? So going back into this, the edge, 7 edge guys: Josh Allen, Kayvon Chason, Jordan Smith has been showing some good stuff. DeJuan Smoot, Jihad Ward. None of these guys really surprise us. Aaron Patrick, I don't know too much about him. Lorente McCray, man, he's always sneaking his way on the roster. Yeah, who am I? Josh Jones, if he's who I'm thinking of, is whack. What's the strong safety? That's Josh Jones, right? I don't know. But yeah, Lorente McCray, he's always sneaking his way onto the roster, man. He's just a solid player. Very solid player. But yeah, none of this. Aaron Patrick, yeah, like I said, I don't know too much about him, but nothing here really surprises us. I've been liking Jordan Smith. He's been flashing a lot. Yeah, that's what I thought. Josh Jones was a safety, but then they cut him, so I don't know why he's right there. I don't know why he's on this list. I don't know what that means. All right, so hopefully we get some better stuff out of Chason, but that's kind of the edge position. And going back into linebacker, Miles Jack, Damian Wilson, Shaquille Quarterman, Chappelle Russell, and Dakota Allen. This could be another spot that the Jaguars look to make a roster claim. I think these 3 guys are pretty safe. These guys were making some plays during the preseason, but I mean, I think this is a spot I think the Jaguars make a roster claim for. So, also special teams, kicker Josh Lambo, Logan Cook, and then Ross Matiskit. That's going to be your special team. So, hopefully Josh Lambo. The struggles are done, and he keeps making kicks. So that is basically the roster breakdown. For now, like I said, I think they claim about 5 guys. And we all looked at it and said, oh yeah, the first overall pick is great because a few reasons. We get Trevor Lawrence, number 1 overall pick. You get priority when it comes to like head coach, GM, very attractive. But we don't think until September. Sorry, I just say Chinese food. It's like coming up on me a little bit. We don't think until September that it's going to help us because we got the number 1 roster claims. We have the number 1 roster claims from now through week 3 of the NFL season. So that's big time. So be on the lookout for that. So I'll go back through it. I think Luke Farrell gets cut and he makes a practice squad. I'm not so sure about Taven Austin. I'm still iffy on this. Maybe with the Travis Etienne injury that really helped him get on the roster. Chris Claybrooks, I think, is out. And any of these defensive linemen, I mean, maybe Aaron Patrick is on his way out. And one of these guys, that's kind of the way I'm thinking. So let me know what you guys all think. 214 people in here. Thanks everyone so much. I'll do Q&A stuff for about 5 minutes. Then I'm going to set up for the first of 4 member fantasy leagues. And by the way, guys, I have 1 more spot left in the member league. You guys can become a member for as low as $3 a month. I've got 9 out of 10 in my 4th league. So, if you guys want to be a part of that, You guys can join the membership down below. Then go to the community tab. You'll see that link. And if you just want to be a part of it, just to watch, because I'll be streaming all the different mock drafts for the fantasy mock drafts for the channel. So if you guys want to get some fantasy content, you guys go ahead and do that. Jail Sports with a $2 donation going to snipe your player's heart tonight. I don't think so. Let me get that spot. Yeah, go to real quick. Go to the community tab and join. You're gonna see a link over there. What happened to Dylan Moses? He's been on the injury list, and he's probably gonna be placed on the IR, is what it's going to look like. So he's still on the roster. Yeah, let's fill the gold fantasy league. Yeah, one more spot. Smash a like. This is great content. Information on how the waiver wire works. It's the least we can do. Yes, exactly. And actually, I got a question from somebody that's just wanted me to explain it. But sometimes, I know a lot of different information, and sometimes I forget to go down to the bottom. Because there's younger people and also just all kinds of people. I need to, it's like for example, when the Jaguars release the schedule every year, I always go through and say how a schedule is made. I think it's a good understanding of different stuff. So, who was our very first claim? Wide receiver, tight end. Well, all the claims will go through at once. We're gonna hear, okay, this guy came through, this guy came through. I don't know if it's like an Ian Rappaport getting tidbits type of thing, or if the Jaguars just announce it on their own. I'm not sure. I don't really remember how that works. Who's got their tickets to Jags versus Bill game? This guy, among many other tickets. Heck yeah, man. Dude, we are almost here. What is it? 12 more days? This guy will be in Houston. I'll be vlogging. And 2 days, I'll be at UC at Boise State. Can't wait. It's gonna be awesome. I really can't wait. I think the practice squad has to be filled with at least 3 receivers. Yeah, I mean, Cotton will be on a practice squad. A bunch of these guys will be around, and as injuries come, they might come back. But Colin Johnson, I just feel like will, he's going to come back in some way. All right, Matt Diesel 84 has joined the Gold Member League, so that is the last spot. So I've successfully filled 4 fantasy leagues. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'm in 6 total leagues now. I've always been a guy that hates having a bunch of fantasy leagues, but here I am. Got a YouTube channel. Now I have to, who knows? 10 years from now, I'm going to be like, all right, guys, I'm looking to fill a 18th fantasy league. Who wants in? It's going to be tough. Newton got cut today. Okay, that's cheat clap. All right. Welcome. Now I can go ahead and set a draft day and time, and we'll do it from there. Let's go. I'll win gold this year. We'll see, man. We'll see. Jimmy Popcorn, Newton got cut today. Still laughing. Yeah, that was surprising. And I don't know if it's a situation where they sat down and talked and said, look, we're going to go with Mac Jones as a starting quarterback. Like, do you want to be on this team anymore? Or would you rather us cut you and maybe you can hang around and wait till an injury happens on a team, then you can go in there and get an opportunity? I don't know. I feel like he got the gentleman's nod. I don't think it came out out of nowhere. Just kind of my thoughts. We need an all-pro tight end. We need Tebow back. I don't know, Brett James, you got a YouTube channel. You can't go out here spreading that kind of uncredibility, man. You can't be doing that. But guys, by the way, down the search description below, I do have the Relevant app. Before I went live here about an hour ago, I did a quick little show on there. Definitely download Relevant. It's a very active group today. We were all talking. It was a lot of fun. So definitely go down there and join that. So glad the Jets troll is not here, like in Jags happy hour. I'm not sure who that is, but yeah. Brett, love your channel, dude. There you go. Brett James. If you're not subscribed to Brett James, he's got his own YouTube channel, man. Go over there and hit the subscribe button. He also does Jaguars content. We got Jaguars YouTubers coming all over the place, man. Lucas says, I'll put half Bitcoin and a 2-liter Jimkin on winning the gold league. Interesting. I don't know what Jimkin is. Maybe I'm just not hip with the current times, but yeah. Did Jerry Wilson not play well? I think just the jury's out on Jerry Wilson. I think they know what they have there. And the safety position, that was so deepest on the team. You know what I mean? We went from having a horrible safety group last year to all of a sudden it being really big. So yeah. Rico says, if we pick up Kiki Kuti, that would be nice. He got cut by the Texans. Yes, he did.
Is Houston going to sign Cam Newton? That's what I was kind of thinking. I think Houston's a good landing spot. But all right, guys, thanks everyone for being here. 170 people in here, man. You guys are the best. I'm about to hop off of this and go join. If you're a member, man, I'll be live again in 10 minutes. If you're in the fantasy league, I will. I'll figure out where to. I'll drop the link to join the StreamYard, so we can all chat while we mock draft, and it'll be fun. So I will see you guys there. Drop likes on your way out. Go Jaguars. Duval till we